Vegas wants your money, but we're going to help you keep more of it. These are the best budget hotels on the Las Vegas Strip, where you can sleep, shower, and stay central without crying when the bill hits. This is a list of our favorite budget hotels on the Las Vegas Strip in no particular order. We try to show you as much as possible within a short time frame so that you can get a flavor for what each hotel has to offer, but we do have full reviews on each of those hotels if you want to look further into it. So let's get started on the first hotel. We're kicking it off with a family-friendly option. This is Excalibur. Now this place isn't full of frills. You don't even have people to check in with at the front counter. You have to go up to kiosks to do your check-in. And the rooms here are 350 square feet, nothing fancy, but they did just get some furniture, and it's basically hand-me-down furniture from MGM Grand, and this is in the resort tower room. So if you're gonna stay at Excalibur, I highly recommend you stay in the resort tower room because you're gonna have a little bit of upgraded furniture. But don't worry, if you can't stay in the resort tower, the Royal Tower is just fine. The rooms are definitely a little bit more dated, some old furniture, a little more wear and tear, but honestly, it's a nice, comfortable, clean room to sleep in. And honestly, we've stayed here so many times and we've never had a dirty room at Excalibur, which I think is super important. Now looking at the rates for the next few months, as you can see, weekdays, you can stay as low as $58 a night, and that is including the $45 resort fee. So not a bad deal. The pools at Excalibur are actually great. You feel more like you are at a resort than at a budget hotel. They have one pool that has a little water slide for the kids or for the adults if you'd like. They do have 4 different pools. One of them, a smaller one, is for adults only, but the other ones are all family friendly. You're gonna find that a lot of the chairs do not have umbrellas. They don't have shade available unless you actually pay for it. So you can pay extra to have chairs with an umbrella or a day bed or a cabana. But other than that, most of the chairs are not gonna have any kind of shade available. So you're gonna wanna make sure to wear sunscreen, maybe pop in the restaurant for a little while. I don't know what it is about the casino at Excalibur, but it always feels like home to me. Maybe it's because we've been here so many times and know where everything is, but I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they have lower limit table games. You just have this fun vibe with good music playing. It just is a fun casino. And of course, on the casino floor, they do have a lot of different bars that you can choose from, and you can grab a bite to eat at the Tap Sports Bar. So watch a game, get a drink, have a bite to eat, or you can visit the newest of all of the bars here, and that is the Tiki Lounge. So this is designed to be a tiki bar, and I don't know, it's kind of funky for being in a castle. So you can come in here. They do have live entertainment on the weekends. Kind of fun little concept. You're not going to find a bunch of fancy food here at Excalibur. As a matter of fact, the fanciest place that you're going to find is Buca de Beppo. They do have a buffet here, which is kind of a rarity now in Las Vegas, and it is okay, but you can get a buy one, get one free deal if you play My Vegas or one of those casino apps. The cool thing is here they have this whole downstairs area, the fun dungeon. That's great for the kids. Excalibur is located on the south side of the strip. So here's Excalibur behind me. You're on Las Vegas Boulevard on Tropicana Avenue. So if you cross Tropicana using this bridge, you'll be at New York, New York. And then if you cross over Las Vegas Boulevard, you will be at MGM Grand. Now from Excalibur across the street, that used to be Tropicana, and now it is the future home of the Las Vegas A's. Now on the other side of Excalibur, you will find Luxor, and then next to that is Mandalay Bay. Outside of the front entrance of Excalibur, you're going to find a tram station. This is a free tram. It's open from 10 a.m. to midnight, and it takes you from Excalibur to Luxor and Mandalay Bay. Or if you don't want to take the tram, you can take an interior walkway. This goes from Excalibur over to the Luxor, and then there's another walkway that takes you from Luxor to Mandalay Bay. From the Excalibur, let's walk right next door or take the tram over to the Luxor. This is another themed property. This one is designed as a pyramid, and honestly, for the price, it is still a lot of fun. So they have, again, another great pool area. Maybe not as nice as the one at Excalibur, but I did see recently that they are redoing the pool area, so I'm really curious to see how that's going to turn out. And like Excalibur, not a lot of shade at the pool, and that's probably my biggest complaint about the pools here at the Luxor. This pool area can get a little livelier. They do bring in DJs on the weekends, so sometimes it can be loud and just a little bit more of a party vibe. You'll have to make a decision as to whether you want to stay in the pyramid or in one of the towers. This is a tower room. Now it's 450 square feet. They have a little bit more modern decor in here. It feels just a little bit fancier than the pyramid rooms do. You do not have a mini fridge in these rooms. As a matter of fact, it's until you get to the elite tower room and above where you're going to get a refrigerator. The one thing that the tower rooms do have, though, is a bathtub, and you will not find that in the pyramid room. These are a little bit further walk to the casino, but you're also very convenient to the Uber and Lyft pickup. So if that's important to you, now you know. Now here is the pyramid room. These are just a little bit smaller at 420 square feet. And of course you got that funky wall because it is a pyramid. So it kind of conforms to the shape there. So as I mentioned before, this is just a little bit more dated, but honestly it's convenient to the casino and it's a nice clean place for you to rest your head at night. You can get a room here for as little as $59 a night, and that does include the $45 resort fee. If you do want to stay in the tower, it is going to be a little bit more expensive, but there are a lot of nights where it's only like $10 or $20 more per night. Over the last several years, they've been doing things to the Luxor Casino to kind of make it a little bit more modern and vibrant. They've added some new carpeting. I feel like they've added some mood lighting and just different fixtures around. So trying to make it feel a little bit more alive. I think it was starting to feel run down. And they do have the Centra bar right in the middle. And at nighttime, this place kind of comes alive. They'll have a DJ playing. People are out there dancing. You do have a good mix of restaurants here, starting with Tender Steakhouse. We have not tried it, but we have understood that it is very underrated. Diablo's Cantina is one of our go-tos of staying at the Luxor. They are a decent Mexican restaurant with good margaritas. You have Public House. Backstage Deli is one of our favorites, especially because it's open 24 hours a day, so you can grab something right in the middle of the night. There is a little food court up on the mezzanine level. Also up here, there's a Starbucks. There's also Starbucks down near the lobby area. And you have Pyramid Cafe open for breakfast and lunch. And there are several bars around the casino floor to choose from. And each of them has their own different style and vibe. There's no shortage of things to do here. You have the Bodies, the Titanic, and the King Tut exhibit, a playground for adults, and then you have HyperX Arena for the gamers. Now we're moving to Center Strip at the Horseshoe, Las Vegas. We're going to start off with the rooms. They come in at 450 square feet to start, and as you can see, they're definitely decent. You will notice more wear and tear in these rooms, but it's a very clean room. You have an empty refrigerator, which you're not always going to get in Las Vegas. So it is a nice, clean, convenient room. The bathroom has been somewhat remodeled. At least the shower was remodeled more recently. And the bathroom overall, it just has everything you need and it's nothing fancy, but it is a decent sized bathroom. The room rates here do not show the $50 resort fee, but you can go ahead and do the math. And as you can see, there are a lot of weekdays that have pretty cheap rates. I kind of have mixed feelings about the pool at Horseshoe. In one case, it kind of feels like classic Vegas, like something that you would have visited in the 50s or the 60s. But at the same time, it feels dated and like they need to do some work on it. The one thing about this pool is that there are areas that are deep, and you're not finding that at most Las Vegas pools. Inside of the hotel, you'll find Jack Binion's Steakhouse, Guy Fieri's Flavor Town, and then at the back of the property, they do have a food hall. But you're gonna find a lot more food options actually outside of the hotel. Right in front of the Horseshoe is the Grand Bazaar shops, and you're gonna find places to eat like Old Red or Bottled Blonde. And you also have Giordano's Pizza, there's Dave's Hot Chicken, Wahlburgers. There is a Dirt Dog, which has some crazy amazing hot dogs, Istanbul Mediterranean, and then one of our new favorite places to hit up is Chilangos Tacos. This is Mexico City street tacos, and they're actually really good. So if you're looking for some good, authentic Mexican food on the strip, come and check out Chilangos Tacos. It's not cheap, but it is good. There is a monorail station right in between the Horseshoe and Paris. Those two hotels are connected. So at the back of the property, you can catch the monorail that will take you up and down the strip. Now the location here is prime. You are right across the street from Bellagio, and you have easy access to so many different hotels and casinos. It's a great location. The Horseshoe was rebranded a few years ago. It used to be Bally's, then it became Horseshoe, and I love that they added the horseshoe carpet to the casino. So this casino is kind of like long and narrow. The table games are all in one spot, so easy to kind of get around this casino. And you do actually have a poker room here at the Horseshoe. Now, one of the coolest bars that they have here is actually down if you're walking towards the food hall. It is called the Cabinet of Curiosities, and then they have a speakeasy that is called the Lock. So you can actually go into this little speakeasy from this bar. And of course, there are various bars that you're gonna find throughout the casino area. I love this little loungy one that is right off of the lobby. There is a piano there. With the remodel to Horseshoe, they did take out the big sports book that they used to have at the back of the property, and they put this arcade area in. I'm not sure why they did that, and it never seems to be busy, but there you go. Also down, going towards the back of the property, you will find another little arcade, and they have a mini golf area, and it's like glow-in-the-dark mini golf. Kind of tiny, but fun if you're going to be coming with the kids. And now we're moving just a couple of doors down to the Flamingo Las Vegas. This place has a total old school Las Vegas vibes, and you're gonna feel it as you're walking around in here. The rooms here are 350 square feet, and they do have different styles of rooms and in different towers. This is a Flamingo room, and these were more recently updated. I would highly recommend you try to get one of these Flamingo rooms because honestly, a lot of times it's the same cost or maybe just like a couple of dollars more. And you do have just a little bit more upgraded amenities here. Here are the prices for the next few months, not including the $50 resort fee. The casino here feels a little old school. They are doing some remodeling. They've been replacing the carpets slowly but surely, taking out some of the restaurants and remodeling the lobby. What I do love is that if you are walking along Las Vegas Boulevard, you can head in directly to the casino. There's not a lot of walking to get in here, so it's quick access from the strip. They do have a lot of bars around here. They're usually pretty packed. I would say the Flamingo, the casino, and the bars always feel very packed with people. And they are, again, doing a lot of remodeling here, so I think it's going to look different very soon. The one cool thing about Flamingo is out back, you do have the flamingo habitat where you can see, of course, flamingos, but also other wildlife in nature. The Go Pool at the Flamingo is always one of the funnest places to come if you want to kind of party. Now, they just remodeled the pool last season, and unfortunately, we don't have that footage to show you, but you can see just from here how fun and lively this pool area is, and it's just more lively. I think they had a lot more seating and took away some of the actual water, though. And then they do have a family pool. However, this family pool area is right next to the Go Pool, so it's going to be very loud if you're coming out here. You do have a lot of good food options here. Bugsy and Myers Steakhouse is definitely solid. You have Gordon Ramsay Burger, that's newer to Flamingo, and they have amazing burgers here. You also have the Havana 1957, a Cuban restaurant, incredible food, and they do have live entertainment. And then also newer to the Flamingo is Pinky's by Vanderpump. It's Lisa Vanderpump's bar / restaurant. Super amazing vibes in there. Flamingo is adjacent to the Linq promenade, so you can find things like zip lining and the high roller. But probably more importantly, you're going to find a lot of food options: Mexican food, fish and chips, sushi burritos, there's barbecue, there's breakfast joints, there's basically anything that you would want here. So the Linq promenade is a good addition to what you can have inside of the Flamingo. If you're looking for a cheap party type hotel in Las Vegas, the Linq might be the choice for you. Now the rooms here are basic. They are 350 square feet, and really they did a good job in remodeling these rooms recently, but it's all kind of cheaply done. I mean, it's nice and fresh, but it's nothing fancy. Still, I think it's nice to have a clean room that kind of smells and feels a little bit newer. You do have an empty refrigerator in here, which is always a welcome addition. The bathroom in here is pretty small, but honestly, I think they did a good job in here in making this feel a little bit more modern. Let's take a look at the room rates here over the next few months, and just keep in mind that this does not include the $50 resort fee. But as you can see, there are weeknights here that are $7 a night. The pool area here is so interesting to me because it's not like really a deep pool. It's just a very small wading pool area, but yet it just feels like it's very popular. It's kind of like a party pool. They'll have DJs out here. It's very lively. You actually have a connection to the Linq Promenade and Virgil's Barbecue here. Although quite costly, you can rent a room here that has access directly to the pool. So these are called the cabana rooms. So you have like a little patio area and a door that takes you right out into the pool area. And they have things like beer pong and some cornhole games available to you too. So kind of fun pool area. The Linq overhauled their casino area a few years back, kind of modernizing things and making it a little bit more of that party vibe that matches the rest of the hotel. So it's really loud music in here, kind of club type music. It's just fun and lively in here. If you're looking for a different environment inside of the Linq, you can visit O'Shea's. This is an Irish pub / gaming area. So they have table games, they have some slot machines, but you also find beer pong, and this is also the home to the famous frozen Baileys. In my opinion, the location alone is one of the main reasons that the Linq is surviving and even thriving. You are right dead center of the strip. On one side you have the Flamingo, and then across from that you have Bellagio. And then next to that you have Caesar's Palace and the Forum shops. And then pretty soon you're going to have the Hard Rock coming soon. Across from that you have Venetian, and then right next door you have Harrah's. Now this is all very walkable, and to top it up, you have the Linq Promenade right outside the door, so plenty of options for food and beverage there. You have a monorail station right behind you, so that'll take you all the way south to MGM Grand and north to the Sahara. One of the best restaurants to check out while here is Hash House A Go-Go. They're open for breakfast and lunch, but on the weekends they're also open for dinner. You can expect huge portions when coming here, so you may not expect to finish all of your food. Now it's reasonably priced for the amount of food that you do get. You also have other options like Chayo Mexican restaurant. This is also attached to the Linq Promenade, so you can enter on either side, and they do have a patio, and they have kind of like a nightclub atmosphere at night. You also have Guy Fieri's Vegas Kitchen. This is the home to the Trash Can Nachos. They also have a nice outdoor patio, and that faces Carnival Court over by Harrah's. The Rematch bar that hooks up to the Las Vegas Strip is actually pretty lively some nights. They have a DJ playing there. It's a fun little bar. But probably my favorite bar here at the Linq is the 99 Prince Bar. So this is designed to be like a New York City subway station in the 1970s, 1980s. It is super different, funky. These are actually subway chairs that you saw behind there, those little booths. And they have this whole disco theme upstairs because there used to be the disco show up here. Also up here is Diner Ross. So this is a themed restaurant that is supposed to be like the 70s. Now we're leaving the Linq and we're walking right next door past Carnival Court to Harrah's Las Vegas. So let's go ahead and start with the rooms here. The rooms can be pretty small. They are 300 square feet for the most part. Some of them even go lower than that. This is kind of a no frills room. Very low ceilings. This is an older building and there's really not much going on here. It is a very just comfortable, clean room without a whole lot to offer except a mini fridge, and there is a Keurig in this room. So the rooms are mostly the same, although they do have two different towers. You're going to find a lot of the amenities are very similar. Now the bathrooms are pretty small, but they are clean and decent, and I do love the showers in this room, except I do not like those half glass doors that they have in here. I feel like looking at the prices over the next few months, there weren't quite as many cheap days available as the other properties have had so far, but you can find some really cheap rates here. And I always just recommend that you keep looking back because things change quickly. And don't forget there is a $50 resort fee on top of this. So here's the lobby area. They do have kiosks to check in, but you can also go to the front desk if you would like to check in with a person. They've made some improvements to Harrah's, including that lounge that you just saw there. The casino area, they have done some work to it, but it still feels very old school, kind of low ceilings, feels a little kind of crammed in, but to me, it's just a lot of fun to play at Harrah's. Carnival Court is right outside, and this is another place you can come and play blackjack or different table games. They have live music. It's just a lively place. And they also have a piano bar inside of Harrah's. Now this place can get absolutely insane at night. And during the day, you can also find Big Elvis who does performances. Well, this is your pool at Harrah's. There's really not much to say. It's just a pool. Not really much else going on. They do have some cornhole games, and you can get a room that it does attach to the pool itself. But honestly, it's pretty weak for a Vegas pool area. Location is good. You have Casino Royale on one side, Flamingo on the other side. You're across the street from the Caesars Forum shops. You'll be really close to Hard Rock once it's open. You also have some fast food options that are right outside. Just go up the escalators, and that's a nice option for cheap eats. If we head back inside of Harrah's, we're going to find restaurants like Ramsay's Kitchen. This is Gordon Ramsay's place, so if you don't have a reservation at Hell's Kitchen, this one's easier to get into, and you can still get your beef Wellington and your sticky toffee. It's actually really good. Now they have pizza cake here. This is Buddy Velastro's shop, and the pizza is actually really good. You can order slices or you can order whole pies. They have some specials a lot of times where it's like slice and a beer for a certain amount. And then right outside there is the cake ATM, which we have tried. I didn't like it. Enrique thought it was fine. We have to try it again. It's been a long time. You can also get the pizza right outside on the strip too. And then they have the Fulton Food Hall here, and this is where you can get a variety of food from pizza, noodles, chicken, that kind of stuff, sandwiches. They have a whole bunch of different options that you can get at the food hall. Or if you're looking for a different type of steak dinner, they do have a Ruth's Chris Steakhouse here at Harrah's. At the back of the property, you're going to find that you can go to the Linq from Harrah's indoors, and you can catch the monorail from here, so that'll take you up and down the strip. It's pretty reasonably priced and a great way to get around. Last but certainly not least, we have Sahara Las Vegas. This is at the way north end of the strip past Fontainebleau. Now, location isn't the best, but they just remodeled the rooms in the Mara Tower, and we were so impressed with the room remodel. They had did such a good job. You do have your empty refrigerator in here. The drawers are all like self-close. It doesn't feel like a cheap remodel. Like I feel like some of the other hotels that we've shown you, they just feel like they threw some stuff together in a kind of a cheap way, and this feels like it was done pretty well. The rooms are small. They're only 350 square feet, but overall, I'd rather stay in a room that feels really comfortable and good and have it be a little bit smaller than have a larger room that feels kind of trashy. This room actually felt nice. Now I'm going to show you the posted room rates here, but I want you to keep in mind These do include the $55 resort fee, but I want you to go online and look at their promotions because they always have something going on, like a waived resort fee or some kind of all-in special. So be sure to check out what promotions they have going on before booking. Sahara has 2 pool areas. The one we're showing you here is the Alexandria pool. It's in the Alexandria Tower. It is small, but this is actually open in the winter time. It was cold when we were visiting. The main pool was closed, but I was kind of surprised that they kept a pool open in the winter and heated it. Most budget hotels do not do that. Now, the main pool is on the casino floor level, and that is going to be kind of your lively party pool. Music playing, DJs, they do have cabanas, they have sports viewing with big TVs going on. So this is going to be your fun action pool, while the Alexandria pool is kind of your more relaxing type of pool area. The huge drawback to this property is the location. You are far north on the Strip and you don't have close by neighbors where you can just do casino hopping. You do have the Strat that is over here about a few blocks away. And of course, here's the Sahara behind me. But then if you come over this direction going south, you have the Fontainebleau, which is about a block away. But other than that, there are no hotels and casinos nearby. Now, there are 2 things that kind of save this property. One is that you do have parking that is free here. So if you have a car, that makes it easier. But also, you have a monorail stop that is right on the property. So that makes it really easy to get to Center Strip. The casino in here gives me a classier vibe than a budget hotel would normally give me. Higher ceilings, really cool decor in here. It's not a huge casino area, but it has just enough going on to kind of give you that action. It is a little quieter during the week, but if you're here like on a Saturday night, it can get pretty busy. I feel like the Sahara kind of gives a little bit of bougie vibes, but at the same time, you feel comfortable. You don't feel out of place. This is kind of more of a laid-back casino. For food options, you have the Noodle Den. This is an Asian restaurant. They actually have good food here, and it's not too unreasonable considering how much food you get. Chicky and Pete's is a sports bar. They have food, and it's a crab house as well. And Uno Mas is a Mexican restaurant. This is kind of like quick options. It's not really a full service type of restaurant, but they have Dole Whip margaritas. Zephyr's Cafe is your breakfast and lunch spot. I had some amazing chilaquiles at this restaurant. And they have a cast bar, and they have dueling pianos in here. It's a fun, lively bar. And the Tangier is a really cool looking bar that is near the lobby area.